Hey guys, and welcome back to another video of Impossible Mowers. In today's video, we're doing our very first revive and drive with none other than Dora the Explorer. Stay tuned. Like I said in today's video, guys, we're going to be seeing if we can't get this Joule running and driving back home to do more work on it. Now, today's video is just going to get it running and driving and back home, but there will be more videos on this to come. Now, before we do anything with this, let's give you guys a little history with this unit. This is a 2004 Explorer XLT Sport. Apart from Dora being an advanced track, I mean, she's pretty clean. She's got really nice clean body. The frame is actually really nice. It's not perfect. I'll get a light here, but it is better than nothing. I'll show you guys. The suspension needs a lot of love. You can see it's pretty freaking rusty. The bushings are shot. Upper and lower control arms are shot. What do we got? The tie rods need replacing. The brake hoses and lines are really crusty and old. In fact, we already blew one trying to get this thing out. So we're gonna pinch that line and try it again carefully. But I mean, all in all, it's a pretty nice rig. But you can see there's a lot of just surface and crusty old rust here, but the frame itself isn't that bad. We are looking at a 150,000 mile unit, so still not bad. She's pretty young. We got the old 4.0 V6 motor in here. Good old Ford motor. These are really strong motors. We're gonna be walking you through this, guys, step by step. It needs coolant, it needs brake fluid, power steering fluid, and I'm also gonna show you guys some tips and tricks you can do with, you know, that kind of stuff, in case you guys did not know. But I mean, we'll be able to see it a lot better in the light, but it's not bad at all. This thing is mouse infested. There are mice clawing in the actual headliner of the vehicle, which is really aggravating. But it's been sitting here for almost 4 freaking years. I'm speechless, because after 4 years we went to go try and run it 2 years ago, fired right up, and it's been sitting here ever since because I was trying to get it here last year. Things didn't work out, but now we have the chance. I got brand new tires. They're not meaty, but they're gonna do. They're just classic City Slicker tires, and it's gonna get this thing rolling, and so hopefully we can get this thing back on the road. We got our tools right here: ATF, brake fluid, DOT3, which is a classic thing that it's a classic fluid you run on pretty much anything nowadays. But I mean, yeah, we're gonna be looking at the dipstick, the trans stick, trans dipstick, making sure everything's good there. And if everything goes right, all we have to do is fill the fluids, put the tires on, crank it over, off we go. Now, the one thing I really recommend you guys do is get this stuff. Seafoam. Seafoam is a really good additive you can use. It's a motor treatment additive to clean and also preserve your gas. Not for storage, but for running. This thing's been sitting here for 2 years since we last ran it, but 4 years completely on a half tank of gas. So Seafoam is gonna stabilize the fuel and also clean out all the injectors and just pretty much any kind of carbon and crud that is laying within the motor here. I am not alone. I do have my brother with me, who's going to be tailing me with his Suburban.
Yes, sir.
In case this puppy breaks down. So enough jawing. I think the first thing of business is getting that tire off and then putting on the tire so she can sit on her own feet. I think that should be the first step. And then we'll just work our way from the back up to the front. So without further ado, let's cut the camera here and put some rubber on this baby. Alrighty, one thing I really wanted to show you guys. These were the old lug nuts. Literally junk. These things suck. You need a special adapter for them, otherwise you're screwed. I hate them, they suck. I hit up eBay Motors and got these. They're the exact same bottom, as you can see here. Exact same bottom, only difference is bigger lug nut, so we can actually have the right size lug nut. So, I say we put some tires on this unit after we take that one passenger off. I don't think I could film that one passenger because it is super tight in there. Oh my goodness. But we are going to put these ones on, so I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so what we're going to do first is my brother's going to take care of that driver rear tire that's being a bit of a you know what, and we're going to take care of these two front tires, getting them situated. For some of you guys that don't know, if you ever want to grab a bite on this these type of Explorers, there's a nice piece of frame right here. Beautiful piece. You can grab a bite right there, jack her up, get her to go. What do you think? Is that driver actually already coming on?
Yeah, we might not actually need to jack it up.
Might not need to jack it up. All right.
That's pretty sweet.
I believe the same as with mine too. Yeah, look at that. You're gonna go right in. Because this is gonna require two hands, we'll do a little magic snap. Boom, just like that. We got both front tires in, and that's looking nice. These are not the tires I'm gonna keep. These are just for now, but I am going to get some Badland AT3s for this Joule. These lug nuts, I stripped 2 of them, but I really do not care. These are only gonna be one-time use, and that's to bring it home. I'm getting new hub, new calipers, pads, rotors, and with the new hub comes with brand new lug nuts for this exact rim. So whatever happens to this, I could honestly care less. All that I need to do is just make sure the rim is safe, and it is. There's no scratches or any rubbing from the impact on the inside of the rim, so the rim's good. I mean, there's a little scratch here and there, but it's an Explorer. It's gotta be able to take it. And you can see as I'm wiggling this, it needs a little TLC. So, very good. We're gonna get to the rears. Another snap. Boom, just like that, guys. Got the tires on. That driver rear was a complete show. I mean, we had to smash a certain socket into the one of these lug nuts to get it out. It was absolutely terrible.
So we winded up, yeah, these guys, we tried taking them off with the stock size, which was a 17 mil, and it just stripped out. And then we tried using vice grips and heat, and the teeth of the vice grips stripped them out even more. So as last ditch effort, we took a 12.5/8 and put it on there, and then we just hammered it on there till it was a good halfway, maybe you know, 3/4 of the way. And we took the breaker bar and cracked them loose, and all 4 of them came out. So
beautiful.
We got her done.
So that's it for the tires. All we gotta do now is put her on her feet, put some liquids in it, crank it over, and we're getting the hell out of here. Woo!
Now, can I just say something?
What do we got?
I know I'm a Chevy guy and I'm working on a Ford. I'm doing this for my brother. I don't like working on Fords.
All right, you heard it from the man himself. Very good. This is going to be a winter beater, so you know, we are saving the GMC from the rust, which is part of the plan. Alrighty, so we're going to lower this puppy, and I'm going to get back to you guys when we start working at the front of the engine bay, putting all the fluids in it, and I'll show you guys those tips and tricks I was telling you about. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Alrighty guys, got the tires on. She is on her own feet, and we're going to start here in the engine bay putting the fluids in. So there's not enough light in here. I apologize. We are literally working with what we have. Having something like this in a dark garage with no lights at all is a bit of you know what, so just bear with us here. These Fords are a lot different than GM, so your power steering pumps and all that good stuff, it's not going to be anywhere close to where you would have them like on that square body. So we have our brake reservoir. I believe that is our power steering pump. I'm seeing a wheel on it, and I'm not seeing any other reservoir. You can also see it. I'll show you. The tank has a line on the bottom that goes all the way down to this center pulley, which is our pump. So that tells me that is the power steering pump, which is right here in this little section over here. So I think we'll start with that first. Grab our AT3. I think that's the one. That's coolant, washer fluid. That's gotta be power steering. See the wheel on it? What do you think, Buck? Yeah.
Power steering. Okay,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. See if it's green or something. Yeah, I got you out. What do you think?
Yep, that's power steering.
That's power steering. All right, and you can see that bone dry. Yeah, bone dry.
Puts the bee in bone dry.
So like I said, guys, putting regular, keyword in there, regular, plain old transmission fluid will not hurt your power steering pump. It will not hurt anything. They are the same fluid. If you were to take the fluid from a power steering reservoir, fill it up with this stuff, there's no difference. Like even the way the damn things are made, same ingredients. The transmission fluid obviously has some differences such as color and viscosity, but as far as functionality works, they are the same thing. It will not hurt.
Good enough to get her home.
It's good enough to get her home too.
And that's ATF too, automatic trans fluid.
Yep, automatic trans fluid. And keep in mind, guys, everything I'm putting in this motor is going to get flushed out anyways. The brake reservoir is getting completely rebuilt. Everything from the radiator on back to the firewall is getting redone. So, you know, this is all just to get it home, but everything will be drained and the proper fluids will be put into it. So thank you, Buck, for the light. That's a nice red.
Oh yeah, cherry.
Yeah.
Let her gobble it up.
Yeah,
Probably
she's
lower.
gobbling.
Might have to add more when you crank her over.
Yeah, little
It's got
fluid go.
circulation
It does
system.
say max
And then
min, but it's fine. It says that on the square body, and I filled that thing up to the brim, and it did absolutely nothing with it. So
yeah, you're filled.
yeah, I'm filled. Okay. So there's that. We might have to come back to this, make sure this is on properly, which it is. I figure we save the brake lines for last since we have to pinch that line.
We just need to pinch one.
Yep. Passenger side, that's the one that blew. Open that for me, good sir. Move the camera over here. This is our first automotive revive and drive, guys.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. Alrighty. It's nice to have a GoPro. Alrighty. Get the fluid here in a minute. Alright, just got it on cap. Plain old water. That's right, folks. Plain old water.
Now, when it comes winter time, or just before winter time, we'll have to drain all this out because water will freeze and you can blow out a freeze plug and ruin your cooling system and ruin your motor.
Bingo.
But just for revive and drive and trying to get her home, especially in summertime, water's just fine and dandy.
And like I said, guys, I've said it once and I'm gonna say it 8 million times, everything's getting flushed. I mean, this is old coolant we're dealing with here, so it's all gonna be fine.
It's a Ford, we don't have to give her that much love.
That's right. It's a rusty Ford though, so that's gonna be a bit of a bitch, so. Now, in case you guys don't know, for some of you novices, this line right here on the side, that is, they have a special word for it. I call it the little reservoir line because when you fill it up to the top, it's gonna bring all that fluid through this hose and down through the coolant system to keep it from overflowing, because a lot of the stuff will bubble up and all that good stuff. Another thing you want to do is what Buck is doing right now, and that's priming the system to the thermostat. This thing has been bone dry. That means no coolant has been running through this in a long time. Remember, guys, 4 years, 2 years since we ran it, and we ran it out of coolant when we did it. So when we're pumping it all into that thermostat, right through the reservoir, getting it all ready. So when we turn that key, she's flowing at proper pace. She's not having to suck up a bunch of air first, and then have to drink it all. We want it to drink the moment it fires, because we want that stuff to flow through the motor. We don't want any stuff
in there
going on. Exactly.
Yeah, just creating a bit of a suction.
Yep.
And it's sucking it right into the motor.
And I'm not seeing any leaks, which is good. You can actually hear it running through the coolant line. Oh, radiator.
All right, there's that.
So we got coolant, which took about 2 jugs. I am not sponsored by these milk people. Brake fluid. Here we go. So This Ford is a lot different. You know, you got your old style Fords, right, where you got the bigger reservoir. It's got two different spots for the front and the rear braking system, and it's the same idea here, but just a lot shorter. This one, it's all one big thing with two different lines. And what happens is when you fill up this first box, it fills the second box. And when the first box gets low, so when your front lines, let's say you have a leak or something, and it starts to get low, your rear return is going to also feed back into that. So it's going to, basically, it's a way for Ford, that Ford made, to keep your braking fluid leveled, no matter what it is. So if the back has too much in the front, the back is going to give just a little bit to the front to give it a nice balance. Come on, baby. There we go. Shocks, that's what we're buying. Yep, let her down. There you go. This thing has really bad hood shocks. Got her pinched?
Have trouble finding it.
Oh, here, right here. Oh, you know what? We probably should have pinched it before we took the tires off.
Yeah.
It's, where'd you go, you little bastard? Oh, he's in there. It's a rubber hose. You might even be able to get onto it through here. You know what?
There's one of the front ones.
Okay. It's one of the hoses, not lines, so.
How many idiots does it take? You only got in there. See if I can grab it.
Actually, you want to just pour a little bit and just see where it's leaking specifically? Because I know it's a hose, I just don't know. I am pretty sure
it was leaking somewhere from
Yeah.
around here. Somewhere around here. One of the fronts.
What was that? You know what we can do is I can fire it up and then crank the wheel to the driver's side, passenger side, and see if we can't get a little exposed. I mean, actually, I might be able to do it without firing it up at all.
Uh-oh.
What?
We're leaking power steering fluid.
Eh, it's to be expected. Alrighty guys, we found our brake line leak, but that is actually not the biggest of our problems. We also have a major power steering leak from the pump, where the pump connects to the line, and it is pistoning out everywhere, and in fact it's already empty. So we are looking like no power steering in this rig, which is okay because we used to drive that square body, and I used to drive a Power Stroke Ford diesel with no power steering, and so I'm used to it. I just like power steering because, you know, it's kind of nice to have, but
The faster you go, the easier it gets.
that's the key right there. I apologize for the light, guys, but you know, we're dealing with really small and enclosed spots here, and I don't have the best of flashlights except for what's on my power pack.
This is just a brand new tool I found.
Sweet.
And we're trying to get our... You don't even have to cut it. You just pinch like that. Remember, this is just trying to get her home gig.
Yeah.
I don't recommend this as a permanent fix. Yeah.
Well guys, we're going to be here for a little bit, so the next time you will be seeing me is hopefully in the driver's seat of that rig getting ready to pull out of here, so we'll see you then. Woohoo! Right on, we got that line pinched. So we're going to have no bushings, no tire, damn it, no, not tie rods, what's it called? Links, no steering links. We're gonna have no power steering, but we're gonna have coolant and brake fluid because the brakes work really good on this thing. Yum, yum, yum. Drink it up, baby. You need your strength.
Just in time.
Oh, that's a perfect, look at that, it's perfectly full. Now she's gonna bubble up and get lower and lower as we start pumping, but that's all part of the fun. You see that brake cap right there? Thank you, enchanté. Boom, we are in. I'm gonna keep this in the truck with me because we are gonna have to stop every now and then to make sure we're not gonna kill ourselves doing this. This whole thing is filthy, oh my goodness. Right on. So, I just wanted to quickly show you guys that. Now, the next time you see me is when we're pulling this gem out. Alright. Come on, baby. Holy cow, that dash is lit up like a Christmas tree. Alright, you ready? There's a brake clean in that tire.
Yeah.
Grab that and get prepared to spray her down the trope because it's been sitting for a while. She's gonna need it.
Okay, give me a second.
We're at just below half, so I was right on the money with the seafoam.
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. There we go, a little smack in the ass and gauges are back. We got good oil pressure. Everything's good. We got good oil pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the temp?
Temp's cool. She's at the sea for cool. All right. I forgot this thing's got no exhaust on it, so it's not as loud as I think, but still pretty loud. Come here. Alrighty. I know I said that I was going to meet you guys when we're driving it out, but I figured you want to hear it start.
I'm gonna close the hood.
Go for it. Around the neighborhood. You're supposed to add a gallon an ounce. This got 7.5. Wait, this has got 11.5 gallons in it, so I need to drain it pretty much down to here, and it feels around there, so I'm calling that good enough. Shall we?
All right.
Here, I'll let you take the camera and film me pulling her out.
I put our hood stand in the back there for you. These are back. Yep.
That gas is really sticky.
Straight back. Don't turn.
Let's see what the wheels play off. Dude, that gas is really bad.
Watch the Blazer.
How am I? You gotta spot me there, I can't see shit.
You're good. Bring her back. You can bring her back more. Yep. Keep her. Keep her. Keep her. Keep her. Yep. A little more. A little more.
Yeah, I'm going forward. I'm not hitting this truck.
I'll spot you on the Blazer.
Yeah. I've never driven something so shitty with the gas on it, the fuel pedal, gas pedal. Fuck.
That should be good. Yeah. Keep her going. Keep her going. Keep her. Keep her. Keep her. Keep her.
You gotta bear with me with patience.
Yep. You all right? You're gonna clear. I'll guide you back. Keep her. Keep her. Oh yeah, all set right there. Crank her hard.
Holy shit, that is a fat shift. This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, at least you got some brakes.
The pedal in this is not something to fuck. This thing is like, I'm not joking you, the first 2 inches, that's how far you have to go down, and you get no power. And the moment you just do a little more, it's got like all the balls. And it sucks because you're trying to go slow, but then it just, all it wants is full throttle. And the shifting is absolutely bad.
Yeah.
This thing hasn't driven in a long time.
Yeah. Could be bad U-joints too. We never did that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is running like a bag of ass, and I have to feather the throttle in park just to keep it going. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see what we got. Come on, baby. Okay. Steering's actually not bad, but you guys have no idea how interesting this is gonna get. I'm gonna park right in front of you.
Yeah.
Alrighty guys, we're hitting the road. Ay, ay, ay. We're gonna shift this puppy and drive. Holy U-joints need to get done for sure.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Holy something just came out of my rear end and I have no idea what it is. She's feeling a lot better, that's for sure. brakes are very spongy. I mean, they're not bad, but I'm gonna try to shift it by hand and just see how far we can get. This thing is super, super loud. So far, temperatures and pressures are all in the green. The shifting is bad. We definitely need new U-joints. The motor needs a tune-up. I'm surprised we've gotten this far. Oil pressure's good though, and coolant is looking great. The code that it's throwing right now is just four-wheel drive, overdrive, all that junk. Basically just letting me know I'm an idiot for driving this thing. I mean, she's not bad. For the problem she's got, we got a lot of work to do. But I mean, for what we're dealing with, it could be a lot worse. We definitely gotta get that fuel pedal, the gas pedal, just lubed up or something. It's way too damn sticky. But we're gonna see what happens when we hit the good old route there, the main part of the road, and see just how we do. It's gonna get a little interesting. Horn works. She's rowdy. Stick to the road. I was making sure my seatbelt was on pretty good because this is going to get a bit interesting here. do this nice and slow, no rush. Gotta make this turn up here. Top of her lungs. She does not like it, but you know what? She's got to earn it. For 4 years. One thing with these Explorers is they were famous for rolling over, and Ford and Firestone had a big debacle about it. Ford sued Firestone Tire, thinking that it was the geometrical design, the tread pattern for why these Fords flipped over, because more people died in the rollovers of Ford Explorers than any automobile accident that's natural. Alrighty guys, here we go. This thing is a hog, I'll tell you what. Shoo-wee! Listen to this. You know, I think Dora the Explorer, she's proven herself worthy so far. We're really close to the homestead. But this is where I'm gonna feel out this off-road aspect here. I mean, with bad bushings, this is not a good idea. I do not recommend you do this, but you know, a lot of people tell me built for tough. Well, you know what? We're gonna find out. Surprisingly, the coil springs are not bad. I would figured they'd be a lot worse. Now, unfortunately, I cannot get out of this vehicle and give you guys cool shots of me going through, because if I stop getting on the gas, it's gonna stall out. That's how bad this gas is. So you unfortunately won't get those camera shots like we usually shoot. But, you know, every now and then you gotta have that in-cab experience. Droning is awful. I think what fell off with my exhaust system, because I heard a dragging and then boop, automatically it's loud. So take it easy here. Easy, baby, come on now. Surprisingly, first gear actually slows you down a lot more in this rig than I've ever had slow me down in any of the other rigs. It's not bad. It sounds like we got a cam in here, oh my god. But you know what, as we build up this vehicle, we're gonna do a lot of good things with it. We're gonna do a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of reviews. Just see what this baby's got to offer us. She's got 150,000 miles we can play with, you know? There's one nasty spot I am a little anxious and a little worried about. It's two spots actually. It's this spot. This is the suspension tester. It gets your frame a little crooked here. see what we're looking at. Not bad. I could feel. Sorry guys, my GoPro cut out. This is a spot I was a little worried about. We're just gonna go for it. Not bad. Home free. Woo! Alrighty guys, I'm gonna get back onto the main road. I'm gonna need 2 hands on the wheel for this. So I'm gonna join back with you guys when we've hit Homestead. It sounds like it's got a cam in it. Well guys, we got it home, safe and sound. You can see we need a lot of work to do, but I'm sure it's gonna turn out to be a good rig. With all that said and done, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you've enjoyed more of this kind of content, check out the Instagram and Patreon links below. Without further ado, I hope you guys stay safe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Impossible Mowers out.